With me, Grihatul Siddiqui. Over the next half an hour, I'll be bringing you all the top stories dominating the headlines. And we begin with some breaking news that we are getting at the top of 4 p.m. Now, the Ethics Committee of the Parliament will be meeting once again on the 7th of November. This is in the Cash for Query scam case, and we have been told that the Ethics Committee will be adopting a draft report in that particular meeting. Remember, the earlier meeting where Mahua Moitra was summoned on the 2nd of November ended up in disruption, with Mahua Moitra and the other opposition MPs walking out, claiming that there were some unwarranted questions, unethical questions that were not suiting of the chairman's conduct were asked of Mahua Moitra, and they had staged a walkout. Now we are being told that it is all set to meet once again on the 7th of November, and they will be adopting a report then. My colleague Payal Mehta is with us on the broadcast. Payal, Ethics Committee to meet once again on the 7th. Will Mahua Moitra be invited for the questioning which was disrupted, or they are only going to be submitting a report? What's going to happen on the 7th?
Well, as far as 7th is concerned, as reported accurately by CNN Network 18, there will be no summoning of witnesses anymore. Mahua was given a chance to depose before the panel, but she, sources say that she disrespected the panel. So the panel will meet on the 7th and they will be adopting the report. Now, by adopting the report is that they will discuss the merits of the report, and everybody will sign the report, after which it is going to be submitted to the law firm because more witnesses are going to be submitted. But this is also expected to be, quite a heaty. Like if the opposition MPs who walked out the meeting last time around, if they come back and if they argue, so obviously they will also tell us to give a dissent note. But given the fact the majority of the MPs in the panel are from BJP and the NDA, it will importantly or happen. It could be 2 or 3 things could really happen as the system was adopted, and then it is going to be submitted to the Lok Sabha Speaker for his final approval. Mahua goes scot-free and nothing happens to her. That's one option that can really happen. Number 2 could be that the panel could, recommend that she should be disqualified, or she should be, that should really happen. And number 3 also could be that, probably given the fact that there are more facts that need to be investigated in the case, over and above just the panel is not equipped to handle cases of financial or other impropriety. In the recommendation, the panel could also ask for this report to be sent to an external agency for its investigation. And in case 2 or 3, if Mahua gets disqualified, the government will have to bring a motion on the first day of the winter session of Parliament to recommend her disqualification.
Okay, Payal, I'd request you to stay on with us. We also have Pallavi Ghosh on the broadcast. Pallavi, on what grounds will this report be submitted, considering the investigation, as will be accused by the opposition, is still pending because of the disruption that was caused due to the walkout? How then is the committee going to underline the stance that it's taking?
Well, to be fair, the committee did give a chance to Mahua Moitra to defend herself. She had at least 2 hours to do so, and she did that. But the points that the committee will always make is that when it came to our right to cross-examine her, and if you look at the procedures of the court, I'm just drawing a corollary. When you draw procedures of the court, the accused is given a chance to defend himself or herself, but it's also open to cross-examination. So the ethics committee panel can always say that when it came to our chance to cross-examine her, she created a scene, she used some unruly language, as a result of which our point could not be put forward. So just to take the point which Payal is making along, is that there are 2 grounds of action against her. One, of course, is on the basis of allegation that did she compromise national security by giving in those login details. And second, not just she, but will all the other opposition MPs who also walked out, don't they also incur action against them? Because at the end of the day, you show disrespect to a chairperson and you did not allow the proceedings of the parliamentary panel to be completed.
Right. Payal and Pallavi, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. So that's the latest that we are picking in. Another sitting of the Ethics Committee happens on 7th of November, where the committee is going to be adopting a report. And this will decide the fate of the TMC MP, Mahua Moitra. Right now, shifting our focus to